It's the
God.
truth. The truth is not a glaze.
It can be.
Oh, Guts and Griffith.
He said
Guts
it
and
can be.
Griffith and Goku and Vegeta. Come on, what are we talking about?
Guts
Interesting.
and Griffith's dynamic is just nasty, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Guts and Griffith. I'm not gonna lie. Keep it.
How the hell they going? How they gonna fucking even challenge Griffith at this point? How they gonna get Casca back? How's Casca gonna get back?
Skull Knight knows something. He's gonna teach
I
Guts
think
something.
that Griffith is gonna sabotage himself, like he typically does. Like he got in a whole situation where he's battered and bruised, got catch because he sabotaged himself. And we got the Moonlight Child is a weakness of his. So something like that.
And the Skull Knight knows something. Like he's gonna probably tell him something. Whether or not I want him to give him like powers or anything is up in the air. But like, there's gonna be some secret to the God Hand that he's about to learn in terms of defeating him.
First things first, you got to get Guts to be like a person again. Because right now he's just kind of living. That's all he's doing. He's lost everything.
Is that Sukuna? They said the narrator says that Sukuna is fascinated by Higuruma because of his insane growth in just 2 months of being a sorcerer. So we have
Prodigy. Shout out.
So we see like Sukuna is really just kind of watching and seeing what happens a lot. Oh, listen, there we go. So basically, he's just like he's trying to figure out about the Executioner sword, and then he compares him to Gojo. Oh, dang, you can't see that. There we go. It's the end of the chapter.
Getting compared to Gojo is crazy.
Well, let me read that to you because it's not what you think.
Oh.
He basically saying like he's just a character filled with talent. He's not saying you're talented as Gojo. He says you're a gemstone. Essentially, you're a talented person like Gojo is.
Not okay.
Now he says you're equal talented to Gojo. He's just saying that you're talented like Gojo is.
It is interesting. Higuruma became is stated to be. He's more important than I thought he was when he eventually introduced. The best way I can put it, because although I thought he was interesting, I didn't think he would be like someone that impresses Sukuna of all people. So shout out Higuruma.
So Ty, self-sabotage is how you think it's gonna happen with Guts and Griffith.
Yeah, I think so. Or because if you think about it, the whole thing in the eclipse and why he's a Moonlight Child is his fault. Like he used obviously he's trying to spite Guts as well, but he also tried to create a way for him to be in the current realm, and it backfired him. Like now he has a weakness, so I think that's Loki already sabotaged himself.
I mean, they got to get him. Yeah, they got to get him to pick up his sword again, and somehow, some way, break Casca out of her.
You know something crazy? People talk about JJK, how they're gonna do it. I don't know how
they're gonna do Griffith and
beating Griffith beats Sukuna. There's levels to this. Beating Griffith and then being like, if y'all think that's crazy, read Berserk. Well, I don't say Berserk there, but you gotta be of age.
Bro, was it obviously the Moonlight Boy becomes Griffith, and then Guts just swings its sword at him like 3 times, just to let you know, Guts ain't shit.
So as a person who's never read it or anything, like when you guys talk about Griffith, it all seems a lot of like psychological and mental. Is he really that dude power wise too? Like
yes.
Now he is. Now
yes.
Like there was a point where Guts surpassed him fairly easily, but he got the greatest power boost in the world. It makes sense. It's not like a B.S. one. It's like actually a very tragic power boost.
And like Ty said, the only reason Guts was able to surpass him was ironically Guts overhearing a conversation after the conversation where basically after, so when Ty mentioned that Guts Griffith, hey Guts, can you go kill this person for me? And then while he's in the midst of killing that person, he ends up having to kills the kid by accident, the guy's kid by accident, right? So then he gets chased by the guy's guards, and then he gets away. And then he goes to the tavern, and he's like really he's like shell shocked from killing the kid. So he goes to go see Casca, and then first at the place he originally thought he could find Griffith, but Griffith wasn't there. He was at like this high society party, and he's like basically risen up the princess of the king of Midland, right? So Griffith is like, all right, bet. He just leaves to go. But remember, Griffith is like a bloody mess, basically. And he's going to go talk to Griffith about what he just did. With the princess there, Casca follows him. And the craziest part is the princess asks Griffith, like, hey, what about your friends? And then she mentions, I think she mentions Griffith. I have to remember the exact conversation. But then Griffith has this incredible monologue about what he thinks a friend is to him. And a friend for him is somebody who can stand along beside him. And Guts, Casca both hear it, but they both take it in different ways. Guts understands, like, look, I thought I was a friend to him. I'm clearly not. So then you see Guts go through this character arc of trying to be Griffith's equal, ending with the Bonfire of Dreams, where right before the final battle.
Love that chapter.
No. But the Bonfire of Dreams is like the thing that kind of signifies, like, when Casca basically figures out that Guts is going to leave after the Battle of Doldry, right? And then after that is after the battle, that's when they have their fight. I'm skipping a lot of stuff here because I want you to read, but then they have their climactic duel in the snow, and that's when officially it ties that when you think he was better than Griffith, that Guts was better than Griffith after the battle in the snow, easily. And that's when Griffith goes on his arc that basically he ruins himself, and then he finds the Bailet, and then he has the ultimate power up at the sacrifice of his mercenary band.
I mean, think of it like Genos and Saitama. Like, it's a unprecedented gap between the two in terms of power. Like, it's not even close.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's
that's a big gap.
So, yeah, that's why it's like how he's going to catch up is going to be like
chasm.
So Guts has always carried another Bailet with him, right? That he finds during the conviction arc. But there have been so many times where you think where a lot of people are prophesizing, like, now's the time he's going to use it, right?
I don't think Gus will ever use it.
But it's just one of those things. Like, it was one of those, like, especially after Miura died, when we found out that it was officially confirmed that the Moonlight Boy was Griffith. That fight right after that, where to just kind of immediately let you know that all the growth that Guts has done as a character, all the growth, all the way he's been this great character to his companions, meant, at least in terms of fighting Griffith, meant nothing. Because he swings that great sword that he's killed hella demons with and hella spirits, whatever, and it just goes, it's like it phases, like it doesn't even bother Griffith. He just grabs Casca, Zod pulls up, they jump on Zod's back, and he's gone. And I'm just like, what? And then Guts just breaks down from that, because I'm just like, because it's one of those where, like, if you've been through the whole journey, you get why he's so crushed. That's why he's so broken right now. And that's why I'm sitting there like, maybe the Skull Knight can tell him something. Maybe it's Rickard, who's back in the story with the Kushian soldiers. Maybe it's Isidro, because his idol is so broken. He doesn't understand why he's so broken. But it's just like, damn, bro. That's why I'm sitting there like, how are they going to legitimately pick Guts up and try to fight this indescribable demon? That's why I'm saying, if it ever gets animated right, it's the greatest manga. It's going to be the greatest anime of all time, Miles.
Give it that Fate animation, Demon AJK adaptation. It's the greatest anime.
It's going to be the greatest anime of all time.
Yeah, it would be very hard to adapt. What is Berserk? Not gonna lie, it's
I've seen people say that they don't want Guts to kill Griffith. They don't want Guts to kill Griffith the regular way. Like the story shouldn't just end with Guts killing Griffith. Something else should happen after that. I was like, I don't think you read the story if that's how you feel. I don't think you read the story if that's how you feel.
I want Casca and Guts to slice his head off and then go live happily on a farm.
They need to, man. They've been through so much, Miles. They've been through so much. He finally gets her, bro. When he gets her back,
let me tell you something, Rando. If they both get some good stabs and they cut his head off, I want a Disney. I want a Disney. Disney movie have great endings. I don't know why that's a bad thing. I like Disney. Disney has
this one needs a Disney ending. They legitimately do.
I want the most Disney end. I want a freaking fairy dust wedding from Guts and Casca. I want a wedding. I want to see them on a farm. I want to see Guts chopping some wood, and then Casca says, "Hey, the food's ready." Guts move his little. And
it's like Isidro's like pulling up to like visit them.
I want the Guts wedding. I want the big old cake with Guts. I want Guts' sword retired on the Hill of Swords.
Yes.
Guts chopping that wood. Casca say dinner's ready, and then his two little badass kids run out and say, "Daddy!" He's like, "Come on, go eat." And I see them all at the table eating. I want that ending. And then you see Puck on the windowsill look at us say, "That's all, folks. I will take it."
Oh my God!
I gotta read Berserk.
Miles, it's
Oh
one
yeah,
of those
Berserk
like
is definitely that.
you
If you
rarely
can
get
handle
like good
graphic
chapters.
scenery,
Oh
if
my
you can
God.
handle very, 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 very mature things going on, best way I could put it, then if you can't handle it, don't read Berserk. But if you can
Miles,
handle it, read Berserk.
I'll be okay. I'm a big boy.
Miles,
I
Guts is
believe
just
you.
one of those tragic characters, like legitimately his whole life, man.
It's
You watch
just
his
bad.
whole life, and it's just bad, bad, bad. So when you get those really nice, like really good chapters, you treasure those. And even then, it just shows you that even like when they fix Casca, right? They kind of get her mind back, and then she goes to go see Guts. All the PTSD from everything that's happened to her just hits, and you're like, "Fuck!" Like you just want like, can she just be fine? No,
My favorite
no.
my favorite 4 chapter stretch is confession throughout wounds and the chapter after wounds. Like when Asuka confesses, then we have their moment where they're healing each other. That was now people talk about the harshness of Berserk. Berserk has some beautiful moments. Like wow, that was beautiful. That was really beautiful. That 4 chapter stretch, I actually had that Berserk volume, the deluxe with that. It's like deluxe 3.
Mhm.
Well, has the other ones. I just bought that one specifically because I go back and I read that. I'm like, man, good times, man.
Rereading
Bonfire
Berserk, I
Dreams.
respect it. I haven't reread
The
Berserk.
Bonfire Dreams is always goaded to me because it's like one of those. It's like this checkpoint, if you want to use video game terms, of how far Guts has come, and then that's when you realize that Casca realizes, like, wait a minute, you're going to leave.
Now Guts is down.
And you get this beautiful shot of like this army camp, and Guts starts talking about different soldiers under his command. It's like, oh yeah, this guy, he's only trying to make it rich so he can date this girl who really wants him, or this guy, he's a baker, that's what he wants to do after the war. Like you see that Guts is a lot more than just this big anime guy who just swings a giant sword all the time. And that's the one thing that you see from him that Griffith doesn't really show. Like, sure, he cares for his band because they're his tool to get to the top, but Guts actually cares for his people, like the people, especially the soldiers directly under his command.
Contrast, I think.
Oh my God!
But hold on, so what's the next matchup? Is it?
That's the
the last
finals.
one.
Guts and
Oh.
Griffith beat Goku and Vegeta as the greatest rivalry of all time. Who would have saw it coming? I mean, it's pretty obvious that Guts and Griffith is going to win, but some interesting matchups nonetheless. Of course, Guts and Griffith, Goku Vegeta, top 2, very, very, very iconic rivals, of course. So
Riddell. So what does the Skull Knight say to get Guts to pick up his sword again?
Well, Skull Knight, I don't see him. I don't see the Skull Knight motivating Guts.
So
I think
who does it?
the other
Ricker?
people
Ricker
around
does?
him are going to have to motivate Guts.
I think the Skull Knight might show Guts his eclipse. We know that Skull Knight had an eclipse too. You know that.
That's what I think, and I think whatever he went through is going to be the key to
Yeah, I think he's gonna say like,
going
listen,
against Griffith.
it might be one of those things of like, let's not allow anyone else to experience what we did. Which I lost my girl. Don't lose yours. Let's kill these damn demons, please. That's what I think it's gonna be like.
I thought when he pulled out that Balit sword, I was like, okay, and then we realized immediately, oh Jesus. We talk about JJK. I know you mentioned like their villains just kicking the heroes' asses. Like that's what
You know what? Griffith wins a lot. He wins a lot.
He does.
How many times has Griffith lost? The duel in snow.
Lost once.
That's it. That's the only time he lost.
If you count getting captured and tortured for a long time as losing, then yeah, another loss.
Then twice.
Yeah, the 2 losses.
And then he ended up getting his get back right pretty soon after that.
Yeah, king of get backs for sure, Griffith. But I can see the Skull Knight not only showing his own eclipse, but I think something that would make sense to me at the very least is not giving Guts power, but giving Guts a weapon. And giving the Guts a weapon that makes him able to fight against someone like a Griffith. Maybe even a sacrificial thing where Skull Knight sacrifices himself to be the weapon that Guts can use to take out Griffith. I could definitely see something like that taking place in some way or fashion. And it would make sense because of who Skull Knight is.
Skull Knight's also very polarizing. It seems every time you see him, something crazy about to happen.
Yeah,
like when he popped up on the island, I said, "Fuck! All right, come on, man. They just got here, bro. They just got here. Let him give him a chapter."